you remember Barbenheimer Weekend?
I do indeed.
Where did you stand on Barbenheimer?
I think you watch Oppenheimer first and then Barbie.
Right, but like if you were only to watch one, which would you watch?
Oh, Barbie movie.
I agree with you though. You definitely watch Oppenheimer first. Only a psychopath does it the other way around.
A freak.
Oh yeah, for real. Where do you stand on Glickle?
What is Glickle?
Or sorry, Glicked.
Oh, what's the other one?
Which is, it's Gladiator 2 and Wicked.
Gladiator 2!
Yeah, people are excited. Pedro Pascal is in it, so is Denzel Washington.
I guess I'd watch Gladiator 2 based on principle, because I don't support what Wicked stands for, and it's just a remake of something better.
Stand for? Oh, it stands for like just rehashing old stuff.
Bland remakes. They sucked all the color out of it.
Oh,
sucked all the life out of it.
That's the other thing I want to ask you about. How do you feel? I agree with you, by the way. You watch Gladiator 2 first. You know. I don't even have to explain it to you. You know why. Other people don't know though, but now you know.
I'm a knower.
You watch Gladiator 2 first. Wolfie and I know.
To my core.
How do you feel about the How to Train Your Dragon live action?
Oh, I'm livid. I hate it. I'm so mad they're doing it.
It's go ahead.
It's an insult to the original medium, even more so than all the other animated remakes, because it's just stealing it shot from shot. And they even reused the Toothless model. They didn't make a new Toothless model.
Right. I saw someone. So I saw the trailer first, and then I saw some of the praise about it. And I'm like, oh my god, it looks like so much like the movie. And I'm like, it's literally shot for shot. They showed it side by side.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I get that like any sort of adaptation, you want it to be true to source material, but I don't want, and clearly like we both don't want, just literal shot for shot remake. How is that? Like, why is that relevant? Right. Why do we want that?
Not even the book is that for the original movie.
Right. And same with like Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings or anything good. Make it different. You're allowed creative control over making changes and things.
Making something new doesn't delete the old thing from existence.
Right. They can both exist and they can both be good. But in this case, the original is going to exist. It apparently is good. I haven't watched it.
It's good.
And then this is going to exist and it's going to be shit because it's just a soulless version of the original.
Yeah, colorless, probably even more expensive to make because it's going to be a shot-for-shot remake of something.
100%.
It's a dragon, so it's mostly still animated.
Yeah, way more expensive because it's going to have to be super animated still, and you have to pay like actors because they have like the original voice actors coming back, or some of them. Like the dad is coming back. Yeah. I think he's the original voice actor and everything. And then you have to do like all the set creation and everything like that. Yeah, crazy.
Sellouts.
Terrible.
They should have said no.
It's true. They should have. But everything is being like recreated or brought back. There's a Maui live action or like a Moana live action.
Which is crazy because Moana barely just came out.
I know. Well, it's crazy that there's a Moana 2.
Yeah, that's also in the midst of coming out.
Right. I'm like, didn't this movie just come out? Like, I get it that like the last couple years have kind of just been like lost to the void, but come on. Moana's not that old. Like, I'm fine with the Moana 2. Like,
yeah, movies
happen pretty quickly. But why do we need a live action version?
Rock playing the rock playing the rock.
Right. Stupid. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. Welcome everybody to episode 142 of You're Ridiculous.
Whoa!
We're going to get right into it. Last week we talked about episodes 4, 5. Nope. We talked about, 4, 5, and 6 of Arcane Season 2. We are talking about Act 3, episodes 7, 8, and 9. Wrapping up the season and the show.
Yeah!
Wolf, let's get right into it. I know we have a lot to talk about.
So much.
For episode 7, let's get into it.
All right, episode 7. Pretend like it's the first time. What did we start with? We start with... Did we start in the alternate universe in this one?
Yeah.
Okay, I was making sure. So much happened. It starts to blend together.
Echo, like, wakes up in the alternate universe.
Yep. And basically we get back in touch with Echo. He's in an alternate universe where everything went differently. And I mean everything. Some people think it's just that Vi died instead of the other two, but it's a lot of things are different, which I'll get into more later. And he's slowly realizing that something's off, something's not right. And he's got like this insistent headache until he realizes, I don't belong here.
Yeah, I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
And Heimerdinger has been sitting in this alternate universe for 3 fucking years and some change. Just chilling.
Yeah. No, it's been way longer than that.
Hasn't it? Maybe my math is wrong. He said like 1,000-something days.
He said like 1,800 days, didn't he?
No? Did he?
No, keep going. I'll
okay.
try to find it.
Yeah, well, he's in there. And he's been waiting, I guess, for Echo, because he's just like, he doesn't know what to do, doesn't have any plans, and he's not interested in trying. he's like a street performer for the citizens of Zod.
He's a fucking bard.
He is.
It's really funny.
And Echo's like, well, that's unacceptable. I need to get back to my shitty universe because my shitty universe needs me. But we do get a great taste of what could have been. Not just for what could have been for Echo and Jinx, but for literally everyone else. For Silco and Vander. For Clagger and Milo. For even the city, it's like, even like Zon and Piltor as a whole. Meanwhile, Jace is going through it.
Okay, I found it. Hang on. It took me a second. Yeah, okay. You were closer. 1,128 days.
Yeah, so 3, 6, 9. A little less than 4 years.
Nearly 4 years.
Okay.
Right. Which is crazy. Man literally just like has a whole life here.
And he knew.
Yeah, well, so he pointed out that Hextech wasn't invented here.
Yeah.
Like the accident kind of went a different way, as we've already kind of said. And instead of like Hextech being created, it wasn't. And so there's no way he thinks that there was no way to fix and go home. Although it doesn't really like fit with his character that he would kind of just like give up.
I don't think he tried hard. I think he could have at least gone and like sought out Echo and been like, I don't know, tip him off sooner than 4 years.
Well, no. So he like waited, he probably went to go find Echo, and then when he saw him ultimately throughout those years, it was this universe's Echo.
I guess. Really? I guess that.
And then
yeah.
Right, and then Echo, his universe's Echo showed up inside this universe's Echo.
Time travel's funky.
Right, and so it like, because even later we see that when he's leaving, spoiler, not really spoiler, but when he's leaving, there's this universe's Echo and then like our universe's Echo in the two places at once.
Yeah.
So I think it was just like, he probably did search out Echo, did find him, and then realized it's just this universe's Echo.
Yeah, we had to wait for the right Echo.
Right. Although it does kind of make me wonder where this universe's Heimerdinger is.
Oh, I know,
right?
right?
Just like living inside him, which is what happened to Echo, in which case he probably is just like a bard, which is really funny. But,
that Academy funding didn't work out.
Right. I've already seen a bunch of memes though about like, you know the train meme where you look at it and it's like the cliffs and the frowny guy?
Yeah.
And then you look onto the other side and it's like sunlight and happy people?
Yeah. It's
Heimerdinger and Echo on one side and the happy side, and then the other side is Jace in this fucking like wasteland area.
Yeah.
But we get right to Jace.
Yeah, Jace. He gets sent somewhere else because the magic reacted differently around him. And sent him to...
He also gets sent to another alternate universe.
Is it? I thought it was the same universe, but in the future.
Oh, yeah, I guess it probably is his current one, but in the future.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's probably right. Yeah.
If not the current one, then the
really
one Echo and what's-his-face are in, but the future.
Right. Yeah, okay.
Oh, and it's shit. Everything sucks. Everything's been, like, blasted by and infected by the wild rune.
Right, it shows... We learn as Jace sort of travels to where that hooded figure is going and leading him the whole time, that this is the result of like Victor winning.
Yeah.
And like Victor doing that sort of completionist type thing with all the machines and perfecting illness and everything is the result is that you can't like there's no going forward once you've perfected everything.
He did it. He fixed everything and it sucked.
Right. And it sucked and it led to the downfall of everything because there's no room for improvement.
Yeah. To fix humanity is to just delete humanity.
Yeah, literally. This did remind me of the scenes from Little Nightmares with the mannequins.
Oh yeah.
When you're not looking at them.
Yeah.
Because Jace is like has all the animatronics and robots and everything.
Yeah. Creepy
little
like,
things. No, I'm fucking out. They started moving in like the Arcane. I'm like, no.
And these ones can barely move. It gets even worse when like what's his face? Victor's at his peak.
I know, right? They're horrifying. They're so quick. It's like fucking iRobot all over again.
Indeed.
Horrible.
I thought it was really funny that Victor initially tried to approach Jace, but he scared him so bad that he just left him in that hole and let him figure it out for himself. Wait for him to approach him.
My man went through it.
He was rough.
It was rough. Went down several chasms and had to climb his way out. And like I did appreciate that he like broke apart his hammer and like made a splint for his leg. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, broke his own leg with his own hammer.
I know, that was like pretty ingenious, I thought. It was cool. But then we go back to the alternate universe.
Indeed.
Of Echo.
Yeah, we just get, just a peek of everything that's better in I keep forgetting it, Zon.
Right.
And it looks like for example, the main thing I guess everyone pays attention to is that Vi's dead, and then so therefore Powder, Clagor, and Milo survived in then that explosion when they initially encountered the Hex Tech? Or I guess it's not Hex Tech, they're just the orbs.
The orbs. The original job in episode 1.
Yeah. And I guess, among other things, because they didn't run away, the reaction from Piltover was different. Because like, at least from my opinion, it seems like the reaction that happened because it seemed like an intentional terrorist attack. And so the refusal to turn someone over is like, oh, so it really was a terrorist attack. This was planned by all of Zon, because they're a hive mind, apparently. Mm-hmm. But they're faced with the realization, like, oh, this is just some stupid kid in a really fucked up accident. Because in the end, no one in Piltover got hurt, even in the main universe, I'll call it.
Right, yeah. That's sort of one of the things, but there's a larger sort of change of plot going on, because Vander and Silco are like buddies.
They're more than buddies. So yeah, they've made up.
They're like, yeah, they're like what they were in episode, what was it, 5 or 6, where we see the flashback?
Yep.
They're like that. There was a notion of like, yeah, we did have a spat, but we made up. And Silco even says like the greatest thing you can do is learn to forgive.
Yeah, I've been thinking so much about what went different. It's been on my mind all night. I couldn't sleep.
I watched this and I'm like, I was like devastated.
Yeah.
I'm so upset because it's like so many good things could have happened if things just went slightly differently.
Right.
If Vander was able to find Silco and apologize, if Silco didn't go off the map, if he just like didn't get angry at him directly in the first place, if that job on episode 1 went different, like literally just, it's the butterfly effect, And
there's an extra big one too. And it's that Zon's relationship with Piltover is entirely different. They didn't use Zon as like a dumping ground for their waste. Because as someone pointed out to me, that Silco's eye is gray. It's not all gross and yucky, which means it means when he was drowned in that river, when Vander tried to do so, he didn't get the infection, which means the river probably wasn't polluted in the first place. And that changes everything. That one little thing, clean river.
And it also likely means that since Zon is not polluted, that Singe never has to create Shimmer to fix his daughter.
Yeah.
And so there's never that additional sort of like plague, if you want to call it, on Zon consuming all the people inhabiting it. It's the drug that, they didn't turn it into Detroit.
Basically. Yeah.
And so that's an additional thing. The relationship is basically what Vander and Silco wanted from the start. I combined them. What they wanted from the start, right? They wanted Zon to be its like own sort of community that can exist in relation to Piltover.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's just it was a like really nice episode, but it's also just like pretty heartbreaking to watch.
Punch in the gut.
Like, so much could have, and like then you also have the dynamic between Powder and Echo happening.
Yeah, they were meant to be.
And this is like such a nice and almost like really, it's not a forced relationship, right?
Yeah.
Like they came together through mutual benefit. They were already working together, so it made sense that they continue to work together on this additional project. And then you can start to see the scenes where like Powder starts to get interested in Echo.
Yeah.
And at first, Echo obviously is kind of focused on his goal of getting home. But after the dance, which the whole episode is named after,
yeah,
they, share their kiss and everything. It's really nice.
Peak romantic. I love the way that the like dance scene was animated to look, to emulate how Vander's memories worked, where it's like kind of choppy and stop motion, but not faded yet.
Right, and it was like this whole art style is kind of like not realistic, but like painted.
Yeah,
almost.
Watercolor.
But the flashbacks are even like crayon almost.
Yeah.
Right, they're like crayon and watercolor. They're like even more painted to show that they're like memories and everything. And so that the dance was like a combination of this sort of like real art style that they're using plus the memories that Vander had.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It was so really, really cool. Also, we kind of have moved past the point where it came up, but I really liked Heimerdinger's song.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It was like just well done. It sounded nice. And at first I didn't even think that is like, oh, he needs a job, so he's a bard, right? But I'm just like, wow, they got Heimerdinger to sing. And then it like shoots back to him in the square performing. And I'm like, oh, that's right. He had the guitar. That makes perfect sense.
Tuned it up.
And I'm like, oh, that's super cool. I really like that. I like it when they just like have random characters sing in shows, but it's not their like the thing that they do. Right? Like, in Game of Thrones, the like final episode or one of the final episodes, Podrick, for the people that remember, just sings randomly. And it's like one of the best scenes in the whole, well, it is the best scene in the season.
Yeah.
Because that season was shit. But that individual scene is really good. And we've seen it before too. We've talked about it other times with other songs and stuff. And when you don't make it their whole thing, it turns out to be more special. Also, I want to talk about, I hated the, like, right before Jace escapes, the scene where he's like building stuff and then eating and then building stuff and then eating.
Yeah.
Like I hated that.
The ripping apart some weird hex tech lizard goo.
It was so gross. I thought he was eating his own leg at first.
I thought so too. I'm like, what are you eating?
I'm like,
what is down there?
Yeah, I'm like, it didn't ever show him hunting. And then later on, it shows like this carcass and then a lizard. And I'm like, okay, he's not eating himself. I'm like what is going on?
It's going that crazy.
I thought. It was horrifying.
But then this all coalesces. We tap back in with what's his face? Jace.
Heimerdinger?
Jace.
Okay.
He's made it out the hole, and he reconvenes with the hooded person. Or no, he sees himself, actually. And the hooded person is there with his old self, or future self, dead self.
Right. Future dead self.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously his axe or his hammer at the top.
Yeah.
And he realizes that like this is a future that could exist if Hextech advances in the way that it is currently advancing in his world.
Yep. I thought it was interesting that his like figure shows that he like gave up, whereas in his main timeline he at least dies fighting or planned to.
That is true. Well, because he had like resolve once he was sent back.
True. He had a mission.
Right, he had the mission. He had clarity for a long time. He's been fucking psycho for several episodes.
See, we thought he was going psycho, but he was right.
I mean, he was, but it wasn't. Well, no. I don't think he was right, because what was like, I don't think Victor, when he was Jesus, would do the things that he was doing in Act 3.
I think he would have.
You think he would have progressed to that far?
Yeah, I think so. Because I think the catalyst was his disappointment in humanity, and that would have happened either way. Even if Jace didn't shoot him.
But there was nothing that revealed that when he was Jesus from in Act 2 that he wanted anything different.
Well, because it was destroyed.
Right? What?
Because they destroyed it. At the end of the episode, as they're like, or maybe I'm mixing up, but he is like, the problem is humanity. That's like the conclusion he came to. Because he built all this up and it was great, and then they fucked it up.
Well, Jace fucked it up.
Nah, it was already in the process of being fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
don't think I agree.
By Mbessa's, what do you call it? Intervention.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Because she was there for Vander, and she wasn't going to leave without Vander, and Singe wasn't going to leave without Vander.
Yeah. Okay. So, it's a little hard, but, like, I'm not sure that, I think his little colony there would have just existed if Vander didn't get brought to him.
Yeah.
Because, like that's sort of the catalyst, that's the issue, and then he realizes humanity is the problem, right? Like, obviously there's, like, too many things that need to have changed in order for that outcome to be true, but it, like, after it all happens, that's when you see, like, Victor is no longer Victor, and he's this sort of, like, other thing, right?
It sped up his abandoning his humanity. I'll give you that.
Yeah, it definitely accelerated it for sure, because, like, he was, like, peaceful for the whole time.
Yeah,
but either way, this is now it's what happened. He wants to go back, and Jace has to go back and fix. Well, if he's no longer Jesus, what is he?
I guess he's the Antichrist.
He's the Antichrist.
He's a false prophet.
It's true. It's true. I'm scouring through the dance again, and it's really nice.
Yeah. Was this all the episode where they were also flashing in between the past and the present, or was that the next episode? Was this whole episode just the alternate universe? It was
just they're both alternate universes.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, okay, truthfully, this episode did not show who the hooded figure was. Who did you think it was? Or did you not?
I thought it was going to be Mel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually not a bad guess. That could have been cool, actually. I thought for a while that it was Jace, like a different version of himself, until it was on. He showed the axe or the hammer on top of the world. I'm like, okay, then it's Victor. I'm like, I know it's Victor. But it's never revealed.
It's not.
We'll never know.
We won't.
What do you rate this episode?
I give this one a solid 9 out of 10.
This was a 10 out of 10 for me.
Ooh.
This was so good. I love this one. A lot of emotions during this one, good and bad. Yeah, next episode is Killing is a Cycle.
This is where things get real crazy. Crazier, even.
Somehow, even crazier.
Everyone's side quests are coalescing into one big main quest line where now they don't know they're all involved with each other, but they are all involved with each other.
Funny how that works when you're concluding a story.
Who'd have guessed?
We open with Mel looking even more incredibly badass than she has throughout all seasons.
That's right.
God, the gold trim on her look is so much better, but they also changed her hair.
They did?
Yeah, she has like braids now.
Oh wow, the magic braided her hair.
Right. And they amplified her makeup as well.
I see. I'm always so focused on her eyes. I didn't even look at her hair.
Oh yeah, her eyes they do go crazy in this one.
Yeah, her fake freckles,
gold leaf freckles. She also got like sweet new armor, or not even armor. It's like
decorative
an
armor.
Outfit. Yeah, it's
her mage outfit.
It's the super high level armor that, like, the higher level you get, the less armor you actually have.
Yeah.
All right. And it reveals that she's like a member of the Black Rose and a special sorceress called an empath.
Yeah, she's a mage. She's got dirty blood.
It's true.
She chats with this shapeshifter who's been the one trying to catch Mbessa.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was going to say, well, I'm not sure if it happens in this episode or... Oh, no, I think it's the last episode. I didn't realize that how important Rictus was.
Was he?
Because he's the one protecting Mbessa from getting snatched. He was the bodyguard.
Oh!
But he has the...
He had the things.
Those, like, I don't even know which... The
magic nullifiers.
Right, the little runes etched on the metal. And he was the one... It showed it before.
Yep.
The first time that lady took a meeting with Mbessa and was a member of the Black Rose, and then she like sort of caught Rictus off guard and like incapacitated him for a little bit, and then she was able to sort of do some magic on Mel, and then Rictus came to, or whatever happened. I don't quite remember exactly.
Yeah.
But he dispelled the Black Rose magic.
Yes,
and so him
happened.
dying was actually like way more relevant than I thought it was.
Yeah. You know, watching that, I thought it was the Hextech that dispelled her.
No, so did I, until I think this is actually in the final episode. It doesn't really matter because we're talking about magics anyways. When Mel uses her magic on the mom, on Mbessa, she like holds up her arms, and the green flare on her forearm is like where the runes are.
Yeah.
And so it's like dispelling the magic.
Yeah, it turns out it was just like absorbing the Hextech magic too. Because we see it do when what's her face? Caitlin shoots at her too with the Hextech.
Yeah. That was also really cool. I want to know what those fucking Noxus runes are.
I know, right? I bet they say something for the hardcore fans.
They probably do. Fucking nerds. Tell me what they are. Who do you think this empath is, by the way? Because it's never revealed.
The empath?
Or sorry.
Oh, the shapeshifter.
The shapeshifter. The shapeshifter.
Oh. I assume she's like I assume they're some league champion. Because I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
Because they
I have no idea.
they take on a lot of different faces, and they don't seem to have a preferred face.
Yeah, I have no idea. I didn't know if you had read about a theory or anything.
Yeah.
No.
Not a lot of people talking about Mel. Discrimination.
Which is crazy. Yeah. Because I think she's, especially in the Act 3, she's super cool.
Yeah, this all kind of coalesces around her.
Although, so I guess the reason people probably are not talking about her much is because she's an Arcane character only.
That's true.
However, it's just been announced today that Mel Medarda is in 2025 will be added as a playable league champion.
Turn up!
Which is relevant to our question of the week later in the episode.
Indeed, stay tuned.
Which, pat on my own back, because I said last episode that she's gonna be a playable character.
You called it!
I fucking called it. I was so right. They announced a couple of things today, but I'll leave the other one for episode 9.
Okay.
But Caitlin and Vi sort of catch up as well. Oh no. Oh yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But we find out that Jinx was arrested.
Yeah, sort of. Caitlin could have put that better.
Yeah. Well, Maddie could have put it better.
Oh, yeah.
Because Maddie's the one that's like, your sister was arrested.
Yeah.
And then she's like, she just surrendered is actually what happened.
She did. She was like, take me away right now.
Take me away for the crimes that I committed now that I know my sister is going to be okay. Which is very unlike Jinx.
Yeah, she's going through it. Isha killing herself really fucked her up.
I was wrong. That shot definitely fucking killed him.
Oh yeah, he was gone.
He was dead. Warwick, which is crazy to me that they brought him back just for that.
Yeah.
I guess they needed something to act as the catalyst for Victor's final evolution, but I'm surprised that it was that.
Yeah. I suppose Isha also got the same treatment. Because you only know her name if you had subtitles on.
That's true, which I always do.
Yeah, same.
But and that's one of the reasons. That's also how I knew it was Warwick, and that's how I looked him up.
Oh.
Because it says like Warwick growls or something like that.
Yep.
And I'm like, who the fuck is Warwick? So I Googled it.
CC, the closed carpenters aren't doing their job.
Yeah, they sort of have a talk, but then we move, more importantly, over to Mel and Jace's sort of reunion.
Ah, yes.
Which gets quickly interrupted by Antichrist Victor.
Oh my god!
Who almost smokes them both.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It wasn't even close.
So we see the first glimpse of what Victor means as the final evolution. So he turned that like nerdy looking red-haired dude, the one he not completed, but
healed,
sort
basically,
of healed.
The first one.
Yeah, right. As when he was Jesus, he healed him, but then he turned him into this.
Yeah.
And this is frightening.
Yeah.
To like go from a like carbon-based life form to whatever the fuck automaton this is.
Robot magic bullshit.
Yeah.
With just a little bit of organic because it keeps growing. It grows like almost like fungus.
The cordyceps, they're real.
They are.
I say they're real as if we don't have them, but
you know,
they're actually they're working as intended.
Doing their thing.
I really liked how this is sort of the start of Mel realizing what her magic does.
Yeah.
And like tapping into it, right? Because like she had a couple times had to like, glow her eyes up and show that she's like tapping into that powerful magic here.
Yeah, it was like all instinctive. She's like, it's why she and Jay survived the explosion and no one else.
Right. And for some reason that cunt is pissed at her for it.
Be like that.
God.
He's got a mixed relationship with magic.
It's his fault.
It is.
All of this is his
entirely.
Fault. Him and Victor Heimerdinger should have just shut them down.
Yeah.
Although he did try, I guess.
They are the worst thing to happen to every universe, everywhere.
Literally, it shows it.
But more on that later.
Look at the. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. We also see Jinx literally spiraling even further down the rabbit hole.
Yes. Vi comes to break her out of jail because she hasn't gotten the memo that Jinx put herself there. Oh, and Caitlyn has a talk with Jinx.
Right, and it's like Caitlyn just like announce your crimes, and then Jinx is like, I do not give a fuck. Just leave me here.
Oh, I thought she gave a little fuck.
What?
Yeah, because she's going through it, obviously, but she does say like, I didn't know your mom was there, and it seems little, but it's probably huge to Caitlyn because from Caitlyn's point of view, Jinx kidnapped her just to show her killing her mom, but that wasn't the case. Jinx was just crashing out.
No. I'm not saying she didn't give a fuck about like killing her mom or the crimes or whatever. I'm saying that at the time when Caitlyn and her are talking, she has essentially given up.
Oh, yeah.
like on life. Like she does not care. Isha is gone to save her, and everybody that she cares about is either dead or likely in her mind has given up on her.
Yeah.
And she probably thinks, and like she just got her dad back.
Now he's gone.
In a way, and now he's gone for good. And the person that she was like raising to be almost like her own daughter.
Yeah.
Died to protect her. So she has like mentally collapsed. That's sort of what I mean when doesn't give a fuck.
I see.
I do think she is genuinely sorry to Caitlyn. She's like, she even says like, it probably wouldn't have changed anything, but I didn't know.
Yeah, that wasn't the plan. There was never a plan, and that changes everything.
Right. It's like, it was, like, I had no idea. Like,
Caitlyn,
it wasn't
yeah.
spiteful.
Yeah, Caitlyn especially knows at this point that sometimes there's not a plan. Shit just happens and you hurt people. Her ruining, fucking committing chemical warfare on Zon. Casually.
But yeah, so you're right. Vi comes down to save her, and she pulls the old loop-de-loop.
Loop-de-loop and pull.
Right, and just like traps her in.
Yeah.
After having the sort of like go round with Victor Silco, the imaginary Silco.
Yeah.
That killing is a cycle, and the only way to like get past it is to break it.
Yep.
Now, I'm interested to hear what you think, or what you were thinking at this moment, what you thought she was going to do. Like, once she locks in, and because she says she's going to break the cycle.
Yeah. I didn't know what she was going to do.
Because it's not what ends up happening.
Yeah. I can see why. It makes total sense that she was going to go kill herself. I didn't know what she was going to. I knew she wasn't going to help. Because she hasn't wanted to help this whole time. First it was Isha pushing her to help, then Vi.
Right, well she never wanted to be that hero
she didn't.
of Zon, that figurehead. She didn't want to even be a martyr, right? She didn't want to kill herself in favor of Zon. Not that like in this universe killing herself was an option at first. But she didn't want to be Silco. She didn't want to be the icon that people rallied to.
Yeah. I thought maybe she was gonna go like cause some mass destruction that what do you call it? Indiscriminate destruction.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I didn't know. I was like on the edge of my seat. I'm like, I do not know what she's gonna do. She's crazy.
Yeah, what is breaking the cycle to you?
Exactly, right? Like, what is that mean to you?
Because I think Silco had this pep talk with her, and that was not the conclusion he meant.
But and we see this meeting with Jace in the next scene. He tries to rally both Piltover's elites and Zon's people in power to stopping Ambessa and Victor in this oncoming war that's inevitable.
Yeah.
And no one gives a fuck.
Yeah. At least not the underground people. They're like, and?
Right, which is kind of crazy. It's always weird in those things, and they're always written the same way. And it's like, you have to understand, if I'm a Zonite and the people of Piltover are coming to me for this sort of thing, you have to think that there's some merit to what they're saying.
Yeah. And I think some people were on board, but a lot of people looked like no.
Right. A lot of people did shy away. I'm kind of tired of it always being written the same way, and then, because obviously we knew that at some point they were going to come and like save the day.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what I thought, because they're always written. The scene is such a trope and is always written the same way.
They just come late.
Right. They just come late, and then it's what happened in Lord of the Rings. It's what happens here. It's what happens everywhere else because people love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't go for it. However, we then move to Caitlyn freeing Vi out of prison.
Ah, yeah. Vi starts crashing out, but Caitlyn saves the day, and they fuck nasty style.
They nasty style indeed, because it's in a filthy prison.
They are, yeah. She sends all the guards away.
They do not care where, like, they just need each other in that moment.
Caitlyn's like, by the way, I saw some. Caitlyn's like, I don't fucking care. And then, yeah.
And I don't even think that's like, I saw someone complain about that, and it's like, you should, like, they were saying that Vi should have, like, been questioning, it's like, or been hurt by it or whatever.
Oh.
And I'm like, the I don't fucking care is not like, I don't care that you saw someone else. It's like, or I don't need to know who it is. It's that I care about you.
Yeah.
Right? Like, in this moment and going forward, you're the one I care about, not whatever else has been happening.
Yeah, but it's not like they were anything exclusive before this moment. They kissed once and then broke up.
Right. They kissed, had their moments, kissed again, and broke up, whatever. And in this moment, it's like pretty clear that their relationship has evolved several steps more than what it once was.
Yeah.
And it's like, the I don't care is like, not because you had slept with someone, but just like, you're what I care about now.
Yeah. It's not the time.
And, right.
As if Maddie could ever compete. Vi's not threatened.
Yeah, right? Like, all she's focused on is the Kira Mountain.
Yeah.
The Kira Mountain.
Her eyes went all big like a cartoon character, popped out her head.
If you want context on that, go check out Wolfie's Twitter.
Yeah.
What did you think about them adding that, like, scene? Because it doesn't show anything. It's not explicit at all.
Yeah.
Do you think it, like, belonged here?
I think so. I think it threw me off, because, like, when do you ever see a lesbian sex scene?
Right.
But it's like, yeah, that was fine. Do it. They earned it. They're probably about to die.
Right. Like, that's what I liked about it. One, it's like, you know, lesbian sex scene, as you say, you never see it, so representation like that is really cool. Two, it makes perfect sense that it happens now.
Yeah.
Like, if they're gonna do it, which I think they should if it makes sense, which here it does, but do it at a point where it's like really earned and makes sense within the context of the story. And like you said, they're likely going to die. Like, all signs point to them losing this.
Yeah.
Right? And so, like, if there's ever going to be a moment to bang, it's now.
Indeed, yeah. Like, the only catalyst, the only chance they have winning is something they don't even know is happening.
Then we see Mel tries to meet with Ambessa.
Ah, yeah. A second chance at talking. First Victor tried to talk to them, now they're trying to talk to Ambessa. And she's like, maybe don't do this.
Well, and Mel's like, let's leave Piltover. There's nothing here for you. I'll go with you to Noxus. We'll take down the Black Rose. I'll fight with you. And she's just like, you're a fox still. You're not a wolf.
Yeah, you can't handle it.
Right. You're not thinking like a Medarda would. Because it's still not even like that clear what Ambessa wants other than like control over Piltover.
Sounded like she was just being petty, like against mages as a concept.
Well, right. That's
Which is
kind of
crazy.
what it ultimately ends. That's what it ultimately leads to, right? Like, that's the whole thing or that's what I got out of it at least.
Yeah. She's so mad that mages have this perceived upper hand, she's willing to end the fucking world over it.
Which it kind of goes against a lot of the, like, wisdoms that she said throughout the show.
Yeah. She's the feral wolf, maybe. Got rabies.
And then we see the doctor start the process of the final evolution.
Ah, yeah.
And this is when fucking Sky dies for real.
Yeah. Turns out, not a hallucination. That was Sky.
Right. It was indeed. We had said previously that it was like at least depicted to us as a hallucination, but she was there in the Arcane where Victor was.
Yeah, her soul already, because it did eat her, but I guess it didn't kill her.
Right. It absorbed her.
Oh, I didn't see the quotes, but there were finger quotes there.
Right. They were implied. They'll pick up on the mic.
Good.
But that's pretty much the episode.
Yeah. Sky fades away, but Victor loses humanity. The end.
What'd you think?
I like this one. This was a solid 10 out of 10.
I didn't like it as much as the previous one as a comparison, but for an episode that's leading up to the finale, I thought it was really good. Yeah. So I think it's a solid 10 out of 10, but for different reasons.
It kept edging my feelings. I'd start crying and then would move on because it wasn't like worth a full cry, but I'm like, oh my god, this hurts. Like when they were seeing Vander's memories get burned away ever so slowly.
Oh, that was so sad. Yeah, this was another 10 out of 10, but I think for different reasons for me.
Yep.
And finally, 45 minutes into this episode, we get to the finale.
We're gonna rival
the
our
dirt under your nails.
Squid Games episode.
I know, right? For real.
Yeah, dirt under your nails. Echo's back. He made it out the alternate universe. Heimerdinger died, by the way.
Heimerdinger did die. He sacrificed himself. We didn't mention that, but he sacrificed himself to send Echo home, which is really nice because he even said to Echo, since I met you, I've truly lived.
Oh, yeah.
That was really nice.
It was.
Echo's back. And most of this episode is just the war happening.
Yeah.
There's not like that much to, like, we're not going to touch on like the war aspects, but I don't know, is there a particular spot you want to start at? Because like the first like 15 minutes are just like the war happening.
I guess we could open like the beginning at least. It's Echo and Jinx, not Powder.
Right.
He's talking her down because she has resolved that the only option here is to kill herself.
Right. Which we didn't know at the time.
Yeah.
In episode 8, but now we're like, oh, this is what she means.
Yeah.
Breaking the cycle.
You know, I was joking when I said that's what she was trying to do in like episode 3 or 4. Maybe I wasn't joking. Maybe that was real.
Maybe not. Exactly. Maybe not. And Echo now has a new toy, the Rewind.
Yeah. Now his like time travel power is actual time travel.
It can go back up to 4 seconds more if he cranks it past the part where Heimerdinger fucking dies.
He just
And then he's like, oh, let's not go past 4 seconds, guys.
How do you know? I know.
I fucking know. Also, the little like rewind thing is a callback to one of his abilities in the game.
Ah, nice. Love to see that.
I think it's his alt. I'm not positive, but he has this like little rewind power.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. But he seeks out Jinx and is like, I need you for a mission.
Yeah.
Let's build something.
Just
Which
like
is
old
really
times.
sweet, right? Yeah, it's really sweet because he just got out of the this is like real time for him where like, you know, an hour ago he was dancing with her.
Yeah.
So it's pretty crazy.
Alternate universe
Also,
Powder convincing him to give Jinx another chance.
Yeah, it was really nice. And she keeps his little medallion.
She does. Oh my god.
The alternate, we didn't say that, but she puts it in the little Vi Memoriam.
I got
It's
thoughts
so
on
nice.
that we'll talk about at the end.
Okay. The part that I want to start at is the betrayal of Maddie
Oh my god.
and Caitlyn.
Insane.
What did you do? Tell me what you thought about that.
I was watching it. I was like, so they're like doing this final mission to like destroy the egg that they think Victor's in.
Yeah.
And Caitlyn just gets knocked the fuck out by I don't know who at the moment. I'm like, well, what happened? Another double agent, I guess. And the reveal is that it's fucking Maddie the whole time. She was posed as the perfect sunshine character, and she's the worst. She was peak worst.
Utter betrayal. What a filthy skank.
I can't believe this.
And Bessa is like, I did tell you to keep like relationships close or whatever the fuck the actual quote is.
Yeah.
But she's like, I told you to be careful who you trust. And it's just like, wow, what a kick in the teeth.
Yeah. People were like,
but she avoids execution like a boss.
She does, yeah. First she does it herself, which is really funny. She just like smacks her with her own gun.
Right? She kicks ass.
And Bessa wasn't there, it was over.
Oh yeah. She kicks ass. That was so cool. And then Mel has to intervene on the next one.
She does, and she executes Maddie.
I enjoyed your warmth. Boom!
Yeah.
The head explodes.
There's like, you have been like pausing on the flash frame where it shows like Maddie, she is like grinning ear to ear about this.
Oh, that's the
crazier part. Which means she was so into this.
Yeah. It's crazy.
What the fuck was her beef with Caitlyn?
Glad, though. I never liked her. I'm not saying that she should have been a traitor or whatever and deserved death, but I'm just like, something was like giving me the ick with that.
Sussed her out, her vibes, her bad vibes.
Not sussed enough, apparently.
Whatever.
I think the next cool thing that happens is Jinx shows up.
She does. They're getting their ass beat, and Jinx shows up along with the rest of Zahn, because they're always willing to rally behind Jinx.
And of course, you knew that the people that left the meeting with Jace before were going to show up eventually.
Yeah.
And of course, they were going to be late. So
Naturally.
Just in the nick of time, Jinx shows up with a fucking Zeppelin.
Yeah. And you know what? They would have won it right there and then if Victor was actually in that egg.
True. What's his name? What's his guy's?
Which one?
The big dude that looks like Vander but hangs around with Vi.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
I don't.
The alcoholic.
He ends up. Oh, he dies.
Yeah, he kicks the bucket, and some other guy that I guess League players know hops in.
Right.
Inspires the shot that breaks the egg.
It is some dude, but I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Breaks the egg open, and then it's revealed that Victor's not actually there. Where is Victor? Oh, he's obviously out with Jace. And then we see the fucking reveal that is League of Legends Ultron that Victor has turned into.
Yeah.
Because what the fuck? He combined with Vander / Warwick to be this.
Yeah, he's something. I don't know how to describe him.
His first things is like, he's like, oh, Jace, despite the circumstances, I'm pleased to see you. I bet Jace isn't pleased to see this monstrosity.
Jace is terrified. He's shitting his pants.
God. He looks like the end boss god in Elden Ring that you would meet.
He does.
Good lord. Horrifying.
Jace is trying to convince him, like, this is good. I got this. Trust me. You're freaking out over nothing. It's not reassuring.
Not reassuring at all.
Not as he's crawling around like a fucking spider, using telekinesis.
But they start to go at it, and then we quickly loop back to a fight with Ambessa versus Caitlyn and Mel.
Yeah. Ritual combat.
Was a really... Right, we sort of alluded to this in the episode 8, but Ambessa's wearing his Rictus's little medallions that protect him from magic.
Yeah.
And this is also the point where Caitlyn still has a fucking knife in her abdomen.
She does. And she's smart, she keeps it in.
Yeah, not like other idiots that pull it out and just die from blood loss. This was really cool, I thought. This I think was one of my favorite fights in the both seasons.
Yeah, it was really good. Really well choreographed, and like the fact that it was all just like it was a ruse to save time to get the... I don't even know what they were trying to do, because I don't think she knew how to get the runes off, but they were trying to figure it out as they were fighting.
Yeah, and she realizes that like one of the things that Ambessa taught Caitlyn was that victory requires sacrifice.
Yeah. Gives up her eye.
And boy, she gives up the eye. Which, if you go on Wolf's Twitter, you'll see a discussion that you started it by responding to someone.
I did. They were saying that, oh, she shouldn't have lost her eye. That's too much. Caitlyn got literally everything she wanted. What do you mean that was too much of a sacrifice? No one else got shit besides Singed. She got the girl. She got the Piltover's respect. She got everything. All it cost was one measly eye.
Yeah, and I added on to it. It's also pretty ironic in a way, an ironic reminder that Ambessa told her in like episode 7, or maybe it was, I guess it was maybe 6.
Yeah.
That like the 3 principles of the Noxian, or the Noxian principles of strength, is vision, might, and guile. And she gives up part of her vision. Obviously, vision means multiple things here.
Yeah.
But it's kind of ironic and pretty cool. But it also, later on, Jace says that the imperfections aren't what you should fix. They're what make you you. Of course, we want characters to evolve and change. Otherwise, they're not interesting. And so Caitlyn losing an eye, losing a mother, all these other things make her more interesting in the character that we like.
Yeah, I guess she did also lose her mom. But you know what? So did everyone else.
Right. Everyone else lost more than just one mom. Right? Like, and so also I think it's funny that the account that posted that, it's like, I don't want her to lose anything, is like a Caitlyn Vi stan account.
They are. Yeah, of course it is.
So of course they don't want anything to happen to Caitlyn.
Oh, how dare there be consequences? How dare this not be a romantic comedy?
Right.
People drive me nuts.
What else do you want to talk about in this one? Because a lot of it is just like fighting.
Yeah, a lot of it is just the war.
Admittedly. Right. I did really like how Echo was using his little time thing to stop Victor.
Oh, yeah.
That was super cool and really well animated.
He got fucking clothesline.
And he did.
Almost back to the next universe.
It also, I like that it showed him using it past 4 seconds.
Yeah.
And then literally Victor is like staring death in the face, and he's like, this device cannot be.
What the fuck is this?
What the fuck? It's just like the Green Goblin meme. Goodbye, Spider-Man, and just throws the grenade. And it, boom. It's so funny.
The ultimate Hail Mary.
Right, and then Jace hugs him, and then Victor sort of absorbs all of Jace's memories.
They had gay sex on screen in a metaphysical way.
They absolutely did. Their souls canonically fucked.
Absolutely. They became one. Right. And then they they blipped away.
That was the came.
Oh, yeah.
That's the orgasm moment. When they bloop away.
That's right.
Now, the question, and then it's revealed that Victor was indeed the hooded person.
He was.
So I was right about that. I was right about my theory. The second theory, not the first one. Because I thought it was Jace at first. Do you think that they're actually dead? Because I do not.
Yeah, I think they just went somewhere else.
I think they went somewhere, possibly on the same planet of Runeterra, possibly to another universe, maybe somewhere else that we don't know about, but I think there's a chance that we could see them again.
Because people who died to like the magical wild root explosions, there's like a splatter. It's not left ambiguous. They are dead. They're goop. But they just kind of blip away silently.
Yeah. And there was like no repercussion like in the environment.
Yeah.
There was like, there was like no outward explosion or whatever. Anything. And sort of the culmination of that is the automatons die off, and then Warwick is sort of free to his own mind, which ultimately ends up attacking Vi.
Yeah, I'm like, what's even in there at that point?
Right.
Vander sure isn't.
Yeah, it's just the beast at that point, because you don't have Victor controlling him anymore.
Yeah.
Now, why Vi thought she could do anything to help him, beyond me.
Of all the moments to choose to have a moment.
Right? Like, this makes zero sense. Like, even Jinx, who didn't ever want to give up on him, is like, get the fuck out of there.
He's gone. Like, gone this time. Isha made sure of that.
What do you think about Jinx sacrificing herself to save Vi?
I guess it was appropriate. I think everyone's coping real hard for saying Jinx isn't dead. She is dead.
You think so?
Absolutely. And she's not only is she dead, Caitlyn's looking at the blueprints or whatever. I think it kind of proves that she is dead, because even if she somehow, magically, mystically, survived the explosion at which she was at point blank, she wouldn't survive the fall. It's just a straight shot down into the underground.
Yeah.
Probably through some machinery.
I do think she is dead. It will not at all surprise me if she somehow gets brought back, because we did not see her death on screen.
Yeah. And I got an answer for that. Alternate universe Powder.
Oh, true. She could come back.
Who has both the means and now the knowledge to hop to this universe, and now also has a motivation, knowing that Vi is alive in some other universe.
True, yeah.
The one right above hers.
It absolutely could be that. I didn't think about that, but that could be really cool. And she also has the, albeit destroyed tech, but tech nonetheless. She's smart. She can repair it.
Yeah, he needed her help to make it in the first place.
And ultimately we see, it looks like Zahn and Piltover kind of unify, because Zavika is on the council.
Yeah. I guess they start the process of unifying. Not to the level of the alternate universe, but they are now allowed to sit at the table again.
Yeah, obviously there's still some gripe there. You see that the council people are not too happy that she's there.
Yeah.
But she is there, and that's the important part.
Indeed.
And Vi and Caitlyn sort of are in an airship flying away.
Yeah, they're off to go somewhere, to do something.
And Caitlyn says to Vi, are you still in this? And Vi says, I'm the dirt under your nails. You can't get rid of me.
Yeah. Lovely ending.
Pretty cool. Lovely ending. I thought Jinx, I didn't speak on it when I was asking you, but I thought Jinx's death was perfect.
Yeah.
Rather than killing herself for the sake of not wanting to be there anymore, she gets to save the one person that tried to save her the whole time.
Yeah. Sacrificed herself to break Vi out of the cycle.
Exactly. She broke the cycle, and that's exactly what Silco wanted for her.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. And now Vi gets to fulfill what Jinx said to her in the prison, which is to be with the person that you love.
Yeah. You're allowed to be happy.
Right. You don't need me anymore. You're allowed to be happy. You're allowed to be the person you love.
She made the decision for her because she knows Vi's never going to let her go. Therefore, Vi can never be happy.
Right. Thus, the cycle continues. And Jinx broke it.
Also, if Jinx is alive, it makes this all meaningless. Really cheap. Really cheap.
It's true. It really does. Although that's exactly what I thought about Vander coming back, and they did that too.
You're so right.
I know. Any final thoughts?
Lovely show. I need to have words with whatever executive said this episode can be an hour and a half long, because it needed that extra 30 minutes.
Oh, really? They said that?
Yes. They were doing an interview, and they were like, here's the final cut, here's the final episode, it's an hour and a half long. And someone was like, we can't do that. And I'm like, what? Why?
Yeah, if you're going to make any episode longer, this is the one to do it. One of the most popular shows from when it came out in 2021, and was an instant hit in the season 2. Like, this is the one to make it longer, because you committed that this show is only 2 seasons.
Yeah, this is the end. There's no more.
Right. There's still so much we don't know. Obviously, I know they have plans to do multiple or more stories,
Yeah.
but like,
But not with these guys.
right. These are the guys that people love. They want more of them. And to be fair, we'll probably see more of some of them.
Yeah.
Things that I didn't mention yet, but Victor in that horrific Ultron thing.
Yeah.
Victor is a character in a champion in League. They're reworking him and changing all of his skins to this model.
Huh.
So they're reworking his kit and updating all of his skins to fit this Ultron horrifying model. It looks like that. It's not that far off.
That's the Arcane one is a distinct glow up.
Right, yeah. They're like, it's not a full on change of character. It's just like,
yeah,
this looks so much better.
This is for the good.
Right. And so they're updating all of the skins to this, and apparently they did say reworking some things. So I'm guessing they're adding more magic into his kit.
Yeah.
Rather than just like mechanical stuff.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. They also said that there's going to be a Noxian map.
Ooh.
Or Noxian art style map. And that there's also a new jungle boss, but that part wasn't relevant because it wasn't any character in Arcane.
Right.
So I don't know who that was. But reworking Victor and adding Mel Medarda, both are happening in 2025.
It's really funny that we were like, oh, the League characters have plot armor. They can't die. And then 2 of them died. 3 of them.
4 of them.
4 of them.
Jinx, Heimerdinger. Well, okay. Yeah, Jinx and Heimerdinger almost certainly are both dead. Heimerdinger definitely.
Yeah.
And then Jace and Victor likely dead, but also possibly not.
Something like that. But now, what do you call it?
Dead question mark?
I guess they are reworking it, but now, what's his face? Victor no longer matches his, he's no longer that thing, even if he might still look like that.
Wonderful show.
Indeed.
One of the best things that has, come out in years.
Indeed.
In 10 years. It's easily top 10 of anything that has come out in 10, 12 years.
It's peak, it's lovely, it's beautiful, and it's so well written.
And something that we both appreciate, it ends.
Yeah.
It obviously we don't want it to end, but everything has to come to an end. That's literally something that they say in the show.
Yeah.
Death is inevitable. Just like our podcast.
Yeah.
12 out of 10 for this episode.
Yep.
And then 15 out of 10 for the show as a whole.
I give it 10 out of 10 for this episode, just because I know what could have been. I wanted to hear more from Savika, and it sounds like there was more stuff from Savika, and that is what got cut.
That's fair.
Maybe a little touch in on Isha, at least, an acknowledgement, because she's just gone, and no one talks about it ever again.
They didn't say anything. Yeah, I'll give it a 10 out of 10 now that I know that it could have been an hour and a half.
But I'll give the whole show, 12 out of 10.
Yeah. Real question though, was this better or was season 1 better?
I think season 1 might have been better. This answered all the questions, and it came to it culminated in all of this. But I think season 1 had a bit more time to breathe. It explored everything that needed to be explored. This still left some things on the table.
That's definitely true. I also think that the knowledge of season 2 ending, or the show ending at season 2, weighed heavily on the viewer.
Yeah.
More than season 1, because we didn't have any bearing for season 1.
Yeah, we know it was going to be shit.
We just knew that it was going to be 9 episodes, right? And so, we're watching season 2 with all the questions and knowing that it's only going to be 9 episodes.
Yep.
So it was way more stressful to watch season 2.
I kept asking myself, how are they going to fix this? There's only 3 episodes.
Right, I know. That was me. So yeah, I do think season 1 was a little better, but we're talking millimeters.
Yeah, millimeters.
Nitpicking stuff. Really, really good. I'm so happy they're only doing 2 seasons. However, they also released that a new show with different characters and regions is already a year into development.
Oh, nice.
So we obviously, who knows when it's going to be released, but they're a year done. So they listed off 2 regions that I've never heard of and that it's taking place in, and then also said Noxus.
I see.
Which is one that we know about. So likely we're going to get stuff about the Black Rose and more things like
All the
that.
goings on.
Right. And it could be that Mel might like make an appearance in there because it seemed like Ambessa's soldiers rallied behind her when Ambessa died.
Yeah, Ambessa gave the approval.
Right. And so then all the soldiers, rallied behind Strength.
Yeah.
So easily could see Mel coming back, especially with her being a new champion.
Ah, yeah.
They'd want to like promote her more.
Yeah.
Who knows though?
Indeed. Final thought? Netflix should have made you guys watch this week by week. I'm sick of your takes. I'm sick of all of you. Just watch it.
So
analyze the media. Don't just watch it. Don't just look at it.
So I think that releasing it act by act is way better than releasing it all up front. But I do think you're right that it should have been week by week.
Your guys' punishment for making you look at your stupid takes.
The takes are pretty horrible. Like, we even mentioned that there's one that's like, someone tweeted out, it's like, you will never convince me that these are the same character. When it was like Victor from season 1 where he says there's always a choice, and Victor in season 2 where he says choice is false.
Like, that was the point. It's not the same guy. He changed.
Right.
Severely.
And I commented, and it's like literally the quote from Sky where it says, you won't miss me. It means because you're not yourself anymore. You literally don't have the capacity to like remember or care about me.
Yeah.
So you won't miss me.
Yeah. Fascinating design detail. Victor's eyes are closed when he's in that weird form. I think when
Victor's eyes are closed.
Yeah.
Because he has like the wolf eyes.
Yeah.
Like Vander's, because they kind of like
they merged.
Combined the two models.
Victor's no longer there.
They both lost their own humanity and they're just like the shell of whatever it is. Also, we don't really know what happened to Singe, do we?
Singe, I guess his daughter was fixed somehow.
Right. Oh yeah, that happened.
Oh, one more final.
I like that he gets the best result.
I know, right? I'm so mad. Good for you, Singe. It all worked out for you.
You fucker.
Yeah, in the OP, there's like the colored lights everywhere.
Yeah.
I finally figured out what the yellow light is. It's humanity's imperfections, because that's how it was represented in that last episode. There's Jace and Victor, they're there as whole, but everyone else is just yellow lights. And that's why in the opening, Jinx just like fires a shot with her finger gun and it fires that yellow light and it passes it on to all the other characters.
It's funny, this is actually like the only show that I've seen the OP several times.
Wow.
So I actually know what you're talking about.
Bruh.
Well, it also helps that they have a good song for that one. Most OPs don't have good music.
Ah, man.
I'm surprised that didn't send you more.
I'm stopping myself because we're at an hour and 12 minutes.
I know. Fuck editing this one. All right. Wrapping it up with the question of the week from Rain. We'll quickly go through it. What is it, Wolf?
Now, as we said, Mel's being added as a champion to League. What are some abilities or design details you'd give her if it were up to you?
Well, I'll let you go first.
Oh, okay. I definitely include that weird explosion thing she does that like takes out the Black Rose twice. I guess that's her ult.
That could be her ult. That's cool.
I guess you did. Are there support characters in League? She's probably a support character.
Yeah, there's a support.
Because that's kind of the role she played everywhere, but especially with that fight with Caitlyn.
Yeah, that's true. I think she could be either like a support or like a mid laner, where she like puts up magical walls.
Yeah.
Because that's something she does too, like ricocheting the bullet into Maddie, and then like just putting barriers like between her and Ambessa and Caitlyn and stuff.
Yep.
So like you could have like a mage that's like does the explosion as the ult, like you said, and then like puts up different walls and stuff.
Yeah.
That could be cool. But either a mid or a support could work pretty well for her.
I love it. I like it. She should have a special ult
cool.
animation for anyone who fires a gun, where it just puts them in that orb, and they shoot themselves.
There's several gunslinger characters in League.
Oh, it's perfect.
And there's a specific one who fires a bullet that is like a gun that travels across the entire map. So it should just like make a humongous orb and then just like ricochet the bullet back to him.
Does a U-turn.
It's like a sharpshooter character. The big ricochet.
I love it.
And then if you kill someone with it, it just like cuts away from the game and plays the scene where Maddie dies.
Perfect. Get on it, League.
Get on it. All right, Wolf, take it away.
I'm Wolf, taking these away. Thank you for watching episode 142 of You're Ridiculous. If you liked all that, please hit the like, comment, and subscribe button, and hit the bell so you get notified of the next episode. If you're watching on a podcast website, be sure to hit the plus and give us 5 stars to support this show. You can follow us across the internet, the main cast at ridiculous_cast on Instagram and Twitter. You can follow Lucas at 7AngryWasps with an E, and you can follow me at Rainbow Does without the W. We'll come to you guys all again next week, but until then, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.